Welcome back to the Ark Survival Guide and happy Valentine's Day, everyone! The Ark Love Evolved 2 event is currently active, and this guide will teach you everything you need to know about the Ark Valentine's event for 2021. Now, there is a lot to tell you about the Valentine's event, so if you're short on time, check the links in the description of this video to skip right to what you want to know. But there will be lots of helpful tips throughout this video, so I recommend watching the whole thing. We will start by telling you the Valentine's event dates for 2021, the rates and new event colors for wild dino spawns, and we'll showcase all of the old and new Valentine's themed skins, emotes, and items. We will also show you how to craft all the Valentine's Day event items, but if you missed the event, check the description of this video for the spawn codes of everything that you missed. We will also show you how to get the Boxo chocolates and Valentine's Dino candy from breeding or fishing, and we will give you tons of really helpful tips to get them much more quickly and easily. And if you watch the video until the very end, we will show you some of the brand new Chibis that were added during the 2021 Ark Valentine's event. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, drop a comment, and make sure to subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for all notifications so you don't miss out on our next videos. So let's get started. Now, the first thing you need to know about the Ark Love Evolved 2 event for 2021 is the actual dates that it's running. So it's going to be going from February 11th until February 18th, 2021. And you'll know the Valentine's Day event is running because you'll get this super romantic Valentine's theme music when you log into the game. So during this Valentine's event, we're going to have triple breeding rates, which means mating interval, egg hatch speed, and baby maturing rates are all tripled, which is a great time to raise baby dinos. We're also going to get triple experience for all players, 3 times the harvesting rate, 3 times the taming speed, and 3 times the imprinting. So it is a great time to do basically anything in Ark during this Valentine's event. We're also going to see dinosaurs spawning all over the world in crazy pinks, purples, and other Valentine's themed colors. And here's a list of all the colors that will appear during this event, but it's going to be really easy to spot wild dinos, and you get some pretty crazy colors, and some of these are actually brand new bright colors that have been recently added to Ark, so that should make things a lot more fun too. So now we'll show you some of the cool Valentine's themed items you can get during this event, and then we'll show you how to get all of them. So first we'll show you the Valentine's emotes, which are actually categorized underneath the Valentine's event in the emote wheel now, which is pretty cool. And these might be some of the scariest things you've ever seen in Ark, and we've seen some scary stuff, right? So we've got the heart emote here, and we also have the flirt emote, which is super handy if you're trying to tame like a Reaper Queen or something like that. But these are actually both craftable items you can craft in the cooking pot, and then you use the item as if you're eating it to unlock the emote for your character, and as far as I know, you always have that emote forever after that. Now, this is a skin for the bow. It's a Cupid bow, and you know, very nice little theme here. And when it shoots arrows, we get little hearts that pop out of them. Also, when the arrow hits something, instead of the regular arrow skin, it actually has little red feathers to it, which is kind of cool. And this next skin is actually a cute pink little teddy bear stuffed with fluff and explosives. Yep, it's actually a skin for your grenades, and it's great for giving to stalkers like this creepy turtle that's been hanging around here. Happy Valentine's Day, turtle. There's also some pink fuzzy handcuffs, but I don't have anyone here on my single player server to put them on me, so we'll show you that some other time. Now, there's some great little Cupid costume, including this little halo for your hat. We've got the top and bottom for your shirt and pants, and there's also some heart-shaped sunglasses, and that's actually a new addition to this year's event. Pretty stylish, yeah! And the last new skin for the Valentine's 2021 event is the Heart Shield, which is cool looking and great for warding off unwanted attention. Hey guys, I need some space. You're not really my type. I don't date turtles. I'm just gonna go. Okay, bye. I'll call you. I won't call them. And as with most events, we get this cool dino candy for Valentine's, which can give our dinos a speed buff. The higher quality candy gets more of a speed buff, and we also get all kinds of crazy colors that they get as a temporary buff during the Valentine's event. So if you ever dreamed of terrorizing people with a big pink tyrannosaur, now's your chance. We also get these Boxo chocolates, which can be eaten by you or your dino to restore 100% of your health, but there is a 3-hour cooldown on that. And if you're taming a dino, you can force feed it Boxo chocolates to gain 50% taming instantly, even if it's not hungry, but make sure you use them all before Thursday because they disappear when the Valentine's event ends. So now let's go over how to actually craft the skins and emotes for the Valentine's event. Now, as with most holiday events, we're going to open up the cooking pot, and it's got a folder marked holiday inside it. And each of the recipes for the Valentine's event are actually inside that folder. Now, we're going to have to use Voxa chocolates and Valentine's Dino candy for just about everything, and we have to actually put some fuel in like wood and light the fire, and that's going to enable it to actually craft these recipes. Then we just have to put all the ingredients inside the cooking pot, go ahead and craft it, and that's going to actually create all the items we need. And as you can see here, we can actually craft Chibis now in the Valentine's event, which is pretty handy. So now let's talk about how we actually get these Boxo chocolates and Dino candies that we're going to need for basically everything in this event. Now, there are two ways to get Boxo chocolates and Valentine's Dino candy during this event. It really depends on whether you prefer fishing, breeding dinosaurs, or both. Now, during the Valentine's event, some of the coelacanths will have hearts above their head, usually they're red or pink, and when you fish for these, they will drop Valentine's items and Chibis. Also, every time you breed dinosaurs and get a fertilized egg, there is a 12.5% chance it will also drop a Boxo chocolates and or Valentine's candy. Now, this is actually half the rate of previous Valentine's events, so it takes a little more effort to get these by breeding, but we'll show you some tricks to make that a little bit faster and easier. And then we'll give you a quick crash course on fishing and give you some tips to make it much faster and easier to get these items by fishing. Now, of course, the first thing you need to do is breed all of your dinos that can lay eggs as quickly as possible. But even with the 3 times breeding interval, it's still usually several hours to several days between the times that your dinos can mate and lay a fertilized egg. And only a fertilized egg actually counts towards this event. But the easiest and quickest way to breed lots of fertilized eggs is to get a ton of female dodos. You only need 1 male dodo in order to mate with all of the females, but you can go out in the wild and tame female dodos extremely quickly, bring them all back to your base, and just start breeding them like crazy. Now, probably the fastest 2 ways to get dodos tamed at your base is to fly around with the Tropiognathus, and you can actually turn off its jet engines and use its alternate fire attack to pick up a dodo in its beak. Then you put the engines back on and fly back to your base. Just keep in mind, if you use the alternate fire button while the jets are on, you'll fire a grenade which might blow up the dodo you're trying to bring back. And you can actually do some pretty fast flying with that dodo in your beak, and it might traumatize it a little bit, but scrambled eggs do still count for this event, so you're good to go. Now, probably the fastest, most efficient way to tame a ton of dodos is to build a little pen on a raft and sail down the coast, because dodos usually spawn in easy, safe locations on the beaches. Now, once you find them, you can take a flyer and pick up and carry a dodo back to your raft, and then tame it on the raft while you're looking for more. Now, most flyers can carry a dodo because they're super small, but an Argentavis is even better because it can carry 1 in its beak and 1 in its talons, so that makes it way faster and easier to carry them back to your base. Now, once you get them in the taming pen, you can just bludgeon them a whole bunch or even just punch them until they all pass out, and then fill their inventory with mejo berries, and they usually tame up so fast you don't even need tranks. Now, if you're not familiar with breeding dinos or hatching eggs, check the link in the description of this video because I have a full guide that'll teach you everything you need to know about breeding dinos. But now let's talk about how to fish for all the items you need for the Valentine's event. Now, the second way to get all of the Valentine's candies and box of chocolates you need for this event is by fishing. And not just any fish, but special coelacanths will spawn during the Valentine's event, and they have hearts coming out of their heads. Now, the event coelacanths usually have bright colors, but not necessarily, and just because it's pink doesn't mean it has the hearts, so keep that in mind. Now, we'll give you a quick crash course on how to fish in Ark and give you some really helpful tips that you probably didn't know even if you're a pro fisherman. But the first step in Valentine's fishing is shower them with gifts, and by that I mean explosives, because we want to blow up all of the coelacanths that are not Valentine's fish. Because chances are a non-Valentine's fish will take the bait unless they're all dead. Now this will spook all the fish and they'll stop biting for a little bit, but if we run just out of sight and come right back, they'll forget that we just massacred all their friends and totally calm down and we can fish for them again. It's also a good idea to shoot down any seagulls, Hesperornis, or otters around because, well, this can happen and nobody wants that. So now let's go over how to fish real quickly in case anybody doesn't know how to do that. Now, we first of all need a fishing rod, and the better quality rod you have, the better chance of getting good blueprints while you're fishing, but any rod will work for the Valentine's event. We also need bait, including leech blood, tree sap, or bee honey, and the better quality bait, the better the quality loot you can get. But, leech blood is probably the easiest thing to get from killing leeches in the swamp. You can get tree sap from trees, and honey from bees, and we'll put some links in the description for how to actually get those really efficiently. Now, unlike a lot of items, if you equip the rod and then you drag the bait onto it, nothing happens, but if you put it in your inventory, you can drag the bait onto the fishing rod to equip that bait and use it. Then you put it in your hotbar and you can actually fish with it. Another interesting thing is honey has a spoil time of 20 minutes. But if you put honey onto a fishing rod and then put another jar of honey onto it, it resets the spoil time. So if you carry around a fishing rod, you can have infinite spoil time on giant bee honey. Just swap it out every 20 minutes, which is actually really effective in a lot of areas in Ark. Now the next thing you need to know is you cannot fish standing up. You can tame a T-Rex, you can do a million things that you would never dream of in Ark, but fishing standing up is impossible. It just can't be done. Sorry. So, you're going to need either a bench or a chair in order to sit down in, and when you're sitting, you can actually cast the fishing rod, and you just use the trigger to do that. If you cast it closer to a fish you want, there's more chance you'll get it, and then you just have to wait for about 1 to 2 minutes. You have to be pretty patient, so it's a good idea to be doing something else while you're fishing, but we're just going to wait until something actually bites that hook. Now, quick tip while we're waiting, a lot of people build a fishing dock in order to fish from because it just seems right, doesn't it? But when you put a foundation down, it actually blocks any fish from respawning, so you've just ruined that spot for yourself. So I recommend just putting the chair down without actually building any foundations, so the fish will keep respawning and you can reuse that spot when they come back. Now it's even more effective to put a bench on a raft because you can steer the raft around and sail to another spot of fish and keep reusing the same chair. But by far the best fishing boat is a seaplane, and a Pelagornis happens to be a seaplane. You can actually fish off the back of a Pelagornis, but the great thing about it is it can fly to any body of water anywhere, land in the water, and take off from the water, and you can actually fish from its back. So if you're going to do some serious fishing, I highly recommend taming a Pelagornis, and it will make your life so much easier. Now after a long time, a fish should eventually bite the hook, and it starts a little mini game. You have a timer at the top, and then once that timer runs out, the fish will get away. Now you have buttons at the bottom which will tell you a key or a button you have to press in order to reel the fish in a little bit closer. Each time you get the key right, it gets a little closer to you, and if you get it wrong, it will actually snap the line and you lose the fish, and you have to start all over again. So take a little time to make sure you're pushing the right button, but don't take too long, and eventually you should get that fish reeled in, and you'll get some good Dino candy, Boxo chocolates, and Chibis during this Valentine's event, as long as you caught a Valentine's coelacanth. So that's the basics of fishing in Ark, but if you guys would like a full guide on how to fish in Ark, please let me know in the comments, because I'd love to make that at some point, if a lot of people want that. So before we wrap up our Ark Valentine's 2021 event, we will show you all of the new Chibis you can get with this event, and some of them are actually pretty cool. So now we'll showcase some of the brand new Chibis that just came out with the Ark Valentines 2021 event, starting with the Chibi Mesopithecus. So if you wanted a tiny monkey that's even smaller than the others, there you go. And we also have a Chibi Velonosaur, who is pretty cool looking, but also a little terrifying. And the Enforcer is actually a lot less terrifying when it's only a couple feet long, right? Still pretty cool looking, nice little trophy pet right there. And my personal favorite is the Chibi Otter, which looks a little weird with a gigantic head, but he is pretty adorable nonetheless because it is still an otter. And I kind of want to wear one otter and have another Chibi Otter follow me around. That would be pretty awesome. But probably the most popular will be the brand new Chibi Crystal Wyvern that just came out during the Valentine's 2021 event, and it is pretty awesome looking in any color, but it actually comes in a lot of different color variations, so it's totally random what you get. Now keep in mind, all of these Chibis are going to be pretty rare because there are hundreds of Chibis and it's totally random which one you get. And the Crystal Wyvern is especially rare, so if you guys want, I will put the spawn codes of all of the holiday items for the Valentine's event in the description of this video, so that way if you missed the Valentine's event for 2021, which only goes for 1 week, you can come back and still get all of the event items. And we'll also have a link to the guide on how to use admin commands in case you don't know how to do that, so check the description for lots of helpful resources. So that about wraps up our complete guide to the Ark Love Evolved 2 Valentine's event for 2021. Now I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. That helps us a lot and helps other people find this guide. Also drop a comment if you have any tips on fishing or breeding that you'd like to share. Also drop a comment and let me know which Chibis you've gotten from this Ark Valentine's event, because there's a lot of really cool Chibis out there and I'd love to hear what you end up getting. And make sure you subscribe to this channel because we have so many helpful guides, tips, tricks, live streams, and let's plays coming your way, and we are going to do so many helpful guides on Ark Genesis Part 2, which comes out really soon. And if you haven't done this already, make sure you click that bell next to the subscribe button and click to enable all notifications, because YouTube has changed some things and you probably won't find out when our next videos come out unless you have all notifications enabled, and we're going to have some great content coming really soon. So until next time, I hope you all have a very happy Valentine's Day, and stay safe, have fun, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching this video.
If you enjoyed it or found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it on social media so your friends can enjoy it too.
And make sure you subscribe to this channel and ring the bell to enable all notifications, because we have lots of awesome new guides, tips, tricks, live streams, and let's plays for Ark and other awesome games coming soon, and you won't want to miss any of that.
We already have lots more fun and helpful videos just like this one, so check out the links at the end of this video to keep watching. You can also chat with other gamers if you join our channel's Discord at the link in the description.
If you want to earn great rewards while supporting this channel, click the join link next to the subscribe button for more information about our channel memberships. We want to give a big thank you to some of our biggest supporters of this channel: Sabo0283, Cole Parmenter, Emmy Fisher, Wolfgirl Be Like, Kelly Razak, and Ashley Owens. Thank you all so much for everything you do to make this channel possible.
So until next time, we hope you have fun on your own video game adventures, and we will see you in our next video.